Hello, everybody. How is everyone doing? Let me see who's here. Sammy, hello. Laudiano, hi. Anthony, nice. You watched them. Aren't they amazing? We'll talk about them soon. I loved. Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Hello, Maria, Candy, Franner. Hello, how are you doing? This is a little different live stream that I wanted to do. Hi, Esther. Hello, how are you? I want to talk a little bit about other shows in this live stream. I want to talk about Higurashi and Bird the Witch, since they're both the ones that I've watched so far. I also watched Assault Lily, but I want to do. Oh my god, my hair is getting bigger. Um, I want to do a separate video for Assault Lily because I think it's going to be a very interesting show. So I'm probably recording it today. Maybe it's going to go up tomorrow or on Monday. I don't know. But let's start talking about Higurashi, which is a reboot, right? I don't know if you guys seen the original, but I've seen the original, and I'm just gonna say that I don't remember the details. So for me to compare, it's going to be a very hard thing. So I'm going to I'm going to talk about how I feel, how I felt seeing this first episode, which was very nice. I liked it a lot, and without comparing it too much to the original, but obviously we do need to do some little comparisons here and there. Anyways, Higurashi. I was really expecting an opening in this first episode because the Higurashi songs are all awesome. The opening songs, at least, because again, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember the ending songs from the original Higurashi, but all of the openings from the original I absolutely love. I really love. And so I was really expecting to listen to a new song, but we didn't have an opening. We just had like the logo of the show. And the show started with a very gruesome scene, right? That was like the first scene of the show was already very gruesome. I don't remember if the original had the same scene when the show started, but what this made me really think that they're not trying to go the route of showing this and promoting it as a very cute show for you to have your eyes opened at the end or at like 3 or 4 episodes from now and get surprised if you don't know the original Higurashi. They're not going for that. They're directly aiming this and they're going fast with things that are happening in this show. They're going very fast with them, which is a good thing, in my opinion. I really, really liked the fast pace of this first episode. So we have our main character, Keiichi, and we have like his harem. Can we say it that? I think we can in a way. And Keiichi has a very good friend, which is Rena, which is one of the main characters. He has a very good relationship with her. He meets up with her, and she's like this little submissive, cute, and like she does everything for Keiichi. She waits for him. And if he were him, he wouldn't wait for her. Obviously, he was just teasing her, but you know, she does everything she can for him and all things like that. And Rena's a very cute girl, but she's also very mysterious, as we see in this episode. And we also have Mion, who in the original was my favorite. I like nowadays, like she was my favorite. I remember like after watching the first season, she was my favorite together with Rika. But Rika got to be my favorite after a few seasons, like especially in the second or third. I don't exactly remember because we don't see much of what Rika does in the first season, right, of the original, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, so that's like Mion was my favorite character, and I liked her introduction in this episode. It felt very dynamic. I really love her character. And obviously, she has green hair. So, this is like something that really gets me, you guys know. And I like her dynamic with Keiichi. From all of the girls' dynamics with Keiichi, hers is my favorite. And we get introduced to the school and the pranks and everything going around that. We have Satoko, who is a very very big prankster, and I remember that the original played a lot on those pranks and played a lot on the group dynamics, because they have a group in school that they play those games, right? And I feel like, from what I remember, I feel like those little dynamics and those little moments that they had in the school, in the original one, they took a lot of time. They took a lot of screen time in the show, in the episodes, and in this episode, it didn't. Like, it was direct. It was very fast, and I feel like it took a little just to introduce us to what they do and what is this dynamic of the group. And it shows that all of them are very competitive. Even Rena, who is like head over heels for Keiichi, she is still very competitive and she wouldn't let him win. And obviously, Satoko is the one that gets to win the game. And Satoko is a very annoying character. She was annoying in the first. She's annoying in this one, but I like the teasing part of hers, and I think that she is the character I like the least. And I don't think that this episode showed like good sides of her. I think that they're really trying to portray her as this annoying type of character, you know? And I don't know, like, I think that they can do better with her character. I still feel like that. And even thinking about the original, come on, do better. Do better with her. She can get better than what she has nowadays. And then we get to the other part, which is that the big I don't know how to call that. Like, there's this big hole in the city that's where they throw the trash, like old stuff. And Rena's there because she wants a toy that's stored there, that was thrown away there. She wants that. And oh my god, my screen just went blank once more. Let me change screens. So Rena really wants to go get that, and Keiichi says he's going to help her. She's very happy because of that. And I think that this is this was another very heartwarming moment for Rena. She was very happy and everything. But then we get to the kind of like the political. There's a little political part in this segment, which is they wanted to create a dam in that place, and the people that lived there, they didn't want that because that would really change the dynamics of the city. They didn't want that. They fought with everything they could to not make that happen. But the construction had already started, and something happened during that construction. So the two strange moments in this episode was when Keiichi was asking about that. So we had one moment with Rena. She was like this, and she became this, and she totally changed the tone of hers. I loved this moment because it feels very Higurashi. It feels totally Higurashi, and I really enjoyed it. And so something happened there, but like Keiichi was just playing along, and then there was like an older guy there, and he just ended up saying that something actually happened. But Keiichi didn't really believe him, and when he asked Rena, she was quick to jump into this adult mode and say nothing happened. And then when he mentioned that to Mion, she also said that nothing happened, and she also changed tones. And I really like the art change when it comes to this, because I feel like this. I'm going to talk about the art portion of this Higurashi, but I really like how it shifts from one art to another in specific moments, and also the voice acting was very, very good at those moments. Very, very good. And then we end the episode with that bizarre scene of Rena, obviously, holding that big knife. And, like, girl. But the last scene of the episode was this Rika shot. And I was left wondering, so if you've seen Higurashi, please help me with this. Were they that fast in showing Rika in those situations? Because Rika is basically the most important character in Higurashi. Uh, and like, I think that the original took a lot of time to actually show us that in the narrative. And now with this one, they're not holding anything back. Like, they're showing it very fast. I feel like this is a retelling with a very different pace, and probably a retelling for people that already are fans or that already watched the original Higurashi. So I don't really know how I feel about this. You know, like, I like this fast pacing. I really do like this fast pacing. And I like, honestly, that's all I could ask for. I love when things are faster. I really love when things are faster. Let me go back. Let me go back to the comments. I'm sorry. Hey, April. Okay, please send me a message. I'll take a look. I'll take a look. Trademark Precure. Girl, no. Technically, it is a harem. Yes, Maria. Technically, it is. And the dynamics of this show, they all gravitate towards Kichi, so it's kind of like a harem in a way. Yeah. And the most important thing, okay. Um, okay, the most important thing about this is when the episode ended, the credits started rolling, and we had the opening song of the original Higurashi playing. I was super, super shocked. And I was so happy. I was so happy. It really took me back to my Higurashi days. Like, instantly took me back to my Higurashi days. Um, I don't know. Like, as I was saying, we didn't have an opening in this episode. We just had the logo, and then at the end we had the credits rolling, and the first opening of the first Higurashi season started playing. It honestly gave me chills. It gave me chills. I was super happy with this. But I'm still waiting. I don't know. I'm not reading news, and I'm not following anything concerning this Higurashi, so I don't know if we're going to have an actual opening. But I really hope that this was a one-time thing, because it feels like if they're going to reuse the same song for the whole thing, it's not going to be that exciting. So please use use a new song. We like the Higurashi songs, they're very good. So I really wanted a new song, and I really hope they do. I really hope that this was like a real throwback. I was really feeling my Higurashi days when that song started playing. But girl, come on. We need a different song. We need a different song for the opening for the rest of the episodes. As I said, I don't know if we're gonna have another song, and I don't know if it's going to be different. But I really hope that we have a different song, not only this one. Oh, Anthony, it was so surprising. I was super shocked. I was super shocked when I saw the song. Oh my god, I was like crazy. Yes, Donnie, the Higurashi, this Higurashi series is a reboot of the original. So you don't need to watch the original to watch this one. But I think, Donnie, you are very young, right? You're a very young person, so you shouldn't watch Higurashi. You shouldn't watch Higurashi. Don't do it. Anyways, let's talk about Burn the Witch now. Burn the Witch. Okay, let me choose a better picture just to introduce. Okay, we have this. This kind of reminds me of One Piece. I don't know why. But Burn the Witch is a new manga by Tite Kubo, who is the writer and author of Bleach. He is now with this new story. And one thing I really like about Burn the Witch, not the story itself. I'm not talking about the story itself here. I'm talking about the how can I say this? I'm talking about the way it is being published. Burn the Witch is being published by chapters, and by volumes actually. Like, he publishes a chunk of chapters, and then he stops. He takes some time, and then he he's probably releasing more to get another volume, and then he stops again. And and I feel like this is a very healthy way of publishing a story. We all know, especially people that work on Shonen Jump, they have a very heavy load of work, so they need to they need to keep on working and working and overworking themselves. Maybe this is a good way for Kubo to publish a story, because I think Bleach suffered a lot with that. So, Burn the Witch. I didn't read the manga, so I'm not comparing it here. But I watched the 3 episodes that we have, and we don't have an opening song, which is disappointing. But we did have an ending, which was very nice. So let's talk about Burn the Witch. Burn the Witch is the story of 2 girls who are witches, I think. I don't know if it was mentioned that they're actually witches. But one thing that I loved about Burn the Witch that really caught my attention was that they are in a place that is called Reverse London. Like, they transit between the real London, there's a name for the real London that I don't remember, and Reverse London. And in Reverse London, there are lots of dragons, so they basically hunt those dragons. That's their job as witches. So we get to know this character who is called Nina. Is that Nina? Yeah, it's Nini, right? Her nickname is Nini, but her name is Nina. So I'm going to call her Nina because I always forget Nini. I always think about her, and the name that comes to my mind is Wingy. But she is Nini. So I'm going to call her Nina. It's easier. It's way easier for me. So we have her. She seems to be a celebrity or an idol. It was clear that she is some type of celebrity, and she is a singer. She's part of a group, but we don't see that very clearly. What we do see more is the reverse side of her. So that when she gets to this Reverse London, she is able to fight against dragons. And right at the start of the first episode, we see a scene with her and the other main character, who is Noel. And both of them are in kind of like a fighting scenario. They are in a fighting situation. And this first scene, it really blew my mind. The animation was gorgeous. I loved the animation in this scene. Everything about it really impressed me. It really, really impressed me. I was just in awe with this scene. And one thing I'm loving about this show is the colors. The color palette they're choosing, they chose to go for in those first 3 episodes. The color palette is awesome. And it really reminds me of Sailor Moon Eternal. What we've seen so far from Sailor Moon Eternal seems very close to this when it comes to the colors. And like, look at this background. If you told me that this background was from Sailor Moon Eternal, I would buy that. I would definitely buy that. And the animation was very on point in this first animated scene. It was awesome. I really loved it. And, we get introduced to those 2 characters. Yes, Franir, he is. I'm sorry. I'm just reading the messages now. He's releasing. He doesn't. I think that he is releasing chapter by chapter, and then when a volume finishes, it stops, and then he stays out of it for a while, and then and then they release a volume of the manga, and then and then he comes back. I don't know if it's going to be like that for a while, but based on the production of this was very good. So I really think that they believe in Burn the Witch to be a long-running series, at least. I don't know, on top of my head, I don't think it will be less than 5 volumes. And he introduced so many characters and so much to work with that I'm very curious to see more. So we get to introduce with those 2 girls that they work together. And here's my first complaint of Burn the Witch. The 2 girls, they are characters who, we don't know much about them so far. We just know that Nina is an idol, and their personalities are the opposites. So Nina is a loud-spoken person. She speaks very loud. She acts, and she interacts with everything. She reacts like exaggeratedly to things. She is easily irritated. And Noel, on the other hand, is the cold type of character. She doesn't react to anything. She is always blasé for everything. She has her tone of voice never changes. She's never impressed, and that's it. And I feel like in the course of those 3 episodes, obviously it's just 3 episodes, but in the course of 3 episodes, we haven't seen anything more than that. So my biggest complaint, okay, not my biggest, there is one that is worse than this, but one of my biggest complaints for Burn the Witch is those 2 characters. They are kind of uninteresting. I kind of like Nina more because I like the way she reacts to things, but I feel like those 2 characters, they lack a lot. Even though I like the dynamic between both of them, we can see like Noel teasing Nina in some certain situations, and I like it. But, so far they really haven't captured me. And if it were just for them, I wouldn't keep watching Burn the Witch. But then we get to learn more about the world that they're in, and they're given a mission to go for. And when they're given a mission, we have this character who's like their mentor, and he gives them the missions that they go for, and the missions they pay them the missions, and they also receive points. And in this moment, Nina introduces us to something which is this point system that they go for, and the money that they go for. So Nina is someone who goes in for the points because she wants the glory, and Noel goes in for the money. She wants the money. So that's what's important to Noel. So we have 2 characters with 2 distinct needs for being witches, and I really hope they elaborate more on that. And then they get to, we see them going for the first mission, which introduces us to a new character who is this character is called Balgo, I think, and he is, but for me, the biggest problem of Burn the Witch. He is a very irritating character. Every scene he is in, he sinks the scene because he is horrible. I really, really disliked him. He is a very monotone character who's always very happy about everything. He doesn't give a worry about things. But the only thing he cares about is Noel. He is a big fan of Noel. He wants to be close to Noel every single time, and that's basically his whole personality. And he is also when they introduce him, his place in Burn the Witch is important because he is a dragonclad. The dragonclad is a person who attracts dragons, and since they kill dragons, they hunt dragons. Dragonclads are important for them because dragonclads will bring the dragons closer for the witches and the other people to kill. And I like the idea of dragonclads, and that's a very interesting concept that was introduced. I'm sad that it was introduced in such a boring character, and I honestly, that was the biggest problem of those first 3 episodes. But then we get to another action scene, and the 2 girls they use, and they use lots of different magics, and they have those little guns, those little weapons that they can be used as horns for them to honk, and then they can be used as pistols. And I loved those weapons. I also love those dragons, those little dragons. I don't know what they are, that they fly in. They're so creative, and I don't know, they're so charismatic just looking at them. I would love to have a plushie of those 2 things already. This is how you do something simple but iconic. In terms of designs, most times, Kubo is very good with this. And I just look at that. It just looks amazing. And, it just gives the show a lot of personality. I just loved this. And I feel like this is one of the greatest parts of Burn the Witch, which is action scenes. they weren't there all the time, but when they happened, they happened. And there were some moments when I was watching it that really thought that they were going for a style closer to what is the name of that suit? Trigger. A technique closer to what Trigger does. And that, in some moments, I was wondering if that was actually Trigger that was doing it. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I really liked them. And so in this first episode, we also get a glimpse of Nina saying that she wants to be part of Slashers. It's something like it's a group that is like bigger than them, and or like in a rank that's above them. Girl, I was like, I'm rooting for you now, but we don't really get to see what this group is or what this concept is, and we don't really know the rank that the girls are. But based on what we saw in those 3 episodes, it doesn't seem that they're in a very high rank. And we are also introduced to another group of characters in this first episode, which I think are going to be kind of like the 12 captains of Soul Society are. Because when the captains are introduced in Bleach, when you see them, you think, oh my god, they're super strong, they're super powerful. But when in the arc that they're introduced, they're not introduced as heroes. And like this group that stands above everything is not the hero of the world that you are in. This is a common technique in shonen, I think, because there are like shichibukai in One Piece that aren't necessarily like heroes or villains, but I feel like when they are introduced, most of the time they are seen as villains. And we have the 12 captains, and now in this show we have those. I don't remember how they're called, but Bruno is someone who is very important in those first sets of episodes. And we also have this one who's also very important, Sullivan Squire, who is also very important especially in the second, third episodes. She seems to be a very stern woman with, she doesn't take shit. That's the type of character she seems to be. And it feels like she is the one that's going to go after the strange things that happen in this show. So then in the second episode, we get introduced to another character who I forgot the name, but she has pink hair. And I just have to share this screenshot because I really loved the art direction they were going for this. This is incredible, really incredible, very colorful, very beautiful. And they even created a logo for the TV channel that this was a TV segment, and they even created a logo and everything for this character. Oh my god, like for when this was airing on TV, I loved it. And this character is important because she was part of Nina's band or Nina's idol group. I don't know, I'm not sure. I found very strange that they didn't show the group. Like, were they like a duo, or were there more members in the group? I was a little confused with this. And based on the amount of times that they mentioned that Nina is a famous person, I thought that they were going to go a little deeper in that, but they didn't. And I'm curious if it's going to be important in the future somehow or not, or if it's just related to the fact that Nina is the type of character who wants the glory, and she just wants to be famous. She just wants to be popular, or she just wants to have it all. Because that's a very human thing, right? We all strive for that. Not we all, but lots of people strive for that. And I don't think that necessarily should be looked as a problem. So, like, this was the only glimpse that we had, as in Nina in her famous persona, in her celebrity persona. And I really wanted for them to go deeper in that, because I really like this artist world. And I think that it would enrich her character a little more. But this girl is an important character because she was also with a dragon. And she wasn't in reverse London. She was in regular London. I forgot the name of the regular London, but she was there, and that was uh, that was crazy. That was really something. Like when I saw her with the dragon, I was like, okay. But when we ended up seeing more of her and more of the dragon, I was impressed. I was impressed. Kaguya, hello. How are you doing? I'm sorry, I have to look here because the screen is here. Hello, how are you doing, Kaguya? Long time no see. Hello, Gacha Anjali. Sullivan Square, my favorite. Yeah, I want to see more of her. There was this one that I found super creepy. I don't know how to read her name. Quinter Miliv. This character is creepy. Like she looks really strange. Kubo and his fetishes, right? So, anyways, we get to a point in which the girls go after a dragon that was spotted. They go onto this new mission, and when they get there, the pink-haired girl who was Nina's partner was there. Uh, and okay, so we have Balgo, who was obsessed with Noel, and now we have the pink-haired girl who is obsessed with Nina. Why? And when we get to that moment, I was very disappointed because that was so cheap. And the way she was feeling uh, jealous of Nina and jealous of what Nina said in an interview, of what an interview said that Nina said, but Nina didn't even say it. I was like, oh my god! I was expecting this character because she was being shown in such a mysterious way, and I was really expecting her to have more to her. Actually, at the end, she did, but when she showed her feelings for Nina, I was like, really? But I was like, I liked the way Nina said that she was in love with her. Like this, I don't know what type of love this is, but if it's that type of love that I'm thinking about, that's very interesting. I just think it's an obsession, but if it's not, I'm happier actually. And then this character, like she shows this dragon that she has, and she even gives it this dragon a name, but I don't remember which name it is. But then we get introduced to Bruno, and Bruno, he no, we didn't get introduced, but Bruno appears, and Bruno starts attacking the girls, and because he was going after Balgo, and so everything starts getting messed up. And Bruno was actually the one who took the pink-haired girl to the reverse London so that he could go after the girls, and he also used her dragon because obviously it is another dragon. But this didn't work out as Bruno planned because our girls, they really took this fight and they wanted to protect Balgo. I say, let him be destroyed, let him be locked up. Don't hold back, just let him rot. Sorry. And then we had that big, beautiful revelation moment of the dragon with the pink haired girl. And I liked this moment. I liked this moment because we were able to see a little bit more than just a character that was just there to be obsessive over one of our main characters. We were able to have a glimpse of that. And I felt very human the way they dealt with this because she felt, even being a pop star, she still felt that there was nothing special about her. She still felt that she was useless and worthless, and she still felt that she could be traded by anyone. No one would miss her, and things like that. At the end of the day, she wanted to be acknowledged. And when she found out that she was able to see that dragon, that no one else was able to see that, the dragon was with her, the dragon wanted to be with her, she felt it. She felt special, she felt important. And I'm not gonna lie, I liked this moment, and I liked the way the story dealt with this situation. I liked it. I feel like this was one of my favorite moments it was actually one of my favorite moments um, from those three sets of episodes. Yeah. Oh my God, Kaguya. Yes, this name is really crazy. Oh, the dragon's name is Ellie. Yes, Ellie. Yeah, you're right. Oh my God. Satopika, hello. Yeah, it's a new show. It started. It didn't start airing. There are only 3 episodes. It's very short, and it started. It premiered yesterday on Crunchyroll. So if you have Crunchyroll, it's available there. You can watch it there. And I'm just giving my 2 cents on this show. And then we had the big revelation of Ellie. Ellie is actually Cinderella. And one thing I really forgot to talk about, Nina starts the show by saying that she hates fairy tales. She hates fairy tales because it's a magic that girls are infatuated with. And this magic, it helps you, it changes you, but then the magic wears off. That's very disappointing for her. And at the same time, that's very disappointing for her. All girls want to be princesses, and she never understands why. But one thing that she takes from all of this is that if she has to be in a fairy tale, she wants to be the one to cast the spell. She doesn't want to be on the receiving end of the spell. She wants to cast the spell. And I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't understand if Kubo is being like brain power and I'm not being able to follow, or if it doesn't connect very much with the whole story, because I didn't really feel a connection. But one thing that I found interesting in this whole thing is that what I took away from this is you have to be the author of your own fate. You have to be the one to take action in your life and in the things you do. And that's it. That's what I got from it. And there's even a point in the series that she says it to the pink-haired girl, that I forgot the name. She says it to the pink-haired girl, like, that's why I don't believe in fairy tales. You need to do the one. You need to do the thing. You need to be the one to do it. You need to be the one to actually go and get it. Go and get what you want, girl. And she says something like that. But the fairy tale theme connects to the show because there is a legion of dragons who are based on fairy tales. And so those dragons, they don't know where those dragons are. They're very, very dangerous. They are important dragons, and there are 7 of them. And in this first set of episodes, we get to meet one of them, which is Cinderella. Ellie turns into Cinderella, bathes in moonlight, and becomes this beautiful dragon. She is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And the girls, they all start to try and fight this dragon, but they can't. Even Bruno can't do anything. I loved the way Bruno used his powers. He creates his spells with the spray of paint. I loved it. It felt very street-like. I loved it. And I really wish and I really hope that the 2 girls, they get actual spells, because so far they've been using some spells that feel like the Kidos. Is it Kido? The Kidos from Bleach. You know, those little magic spells that they can use. They're not magic spells, but they can use, and they have a specific number on them, and then they use them, and they have like very different outcomes. And that's more or less what they've been using in Burn the Witch. The 2 girls, they can use lots of different magics, and they have numbers. They say the number and they say the name and they use it. And I hope they have more than that, because that feels like, at least based on those set of episodes and what we know from Bleach, standard powers that any witch, probably, I don't know if that's the correct term, can use. So I want to see them having more original powers. That's going to be very interesting, but not for now, because we are in like the first few episodes. So another important thing that happened was that Balgo's horn turned into a sword. So I really feel like he is going to be more integrated in action parts of the show. Oh no. Oh no. And Cinderella gets defeated by a mysterious beam. And I just have to say, this is one of the most beautiful dragons I have ever seen in anime. Cinderella is beautiful. I I was really impressed. I was really impressed. Oh my god. I was shocked with how beautiful Cinderella was. And we get to know that the mysterious person who killed Cinderella was their mentor. And then we saw the pink haired girl being an official dragon clad now, and the girls are going to have to take care of her. And then at the end of the episode, we had a little Sullivan. Sullivan also got there, and she was suspicious of something. She was like, girl. And then we had a scene that was supposed to be heartwarming between Balgo and Noel, but all I could do was facepalm. This scene was ridiculous. This scene was ridiculous, and I don't know if it's because Noel is a character with no personality, or if it's just because I don't like Balgo, or both things. I just didn't really like it. But then we had this, which was a callback to Bleach, Soul Society West Branch, which probably means that all of this is the Western version of Soul Society. So Burn the Witch is in the same world as Bleach is, which is an interesting thing and a possible way for crossovers in the future if he wants to show a Bleach character, if he wants, to give us a little callback through to a past character that we've been missing, he can do that in this. So I like, I even if he doesn't do anything with it, still, well, it was very interesting, and I liked seeing it. Soul Society West Branch, and it was there, but it was quickly destroyed. And the last scene of this show, I must say, the last scene of this show was a train wreck. I really, really disliked it. But overall, I really liked Burn the Witch. I think that it can be a very interesting series. I didn't like the protagonists, and the characters overall, they really lacked for me. But I liked the world, and the world building was interesting. The world building was interesting. I don't think that it was a good world building because I feel like the characters were speaking too much instead of showing us, like, especially like, for example, which is not world building, it's more character development, which I feel like it's where Burn the Witch is the weakest. When they get the money for the mission, when it's mentioned that they get the money for the mission, it's simply like, before going into the mission, Nina stops and says, Noel does the mission for money, I do it for the glory. And that's it. I was like, is it really how you chose to show it to us? Like, couldn't you be a little bit more creative with this? But as I said, I don't know how the manga is, and I'm not judging the manga, I'm judging only the anime. I'm not interested in reading the manga for now. So maybe with another anime season, I might be more interested. But so far, I'm happy with just watching the anime. I don't know, actually. I might check out the manga. It's very short so far. It's better to get it when it's short, because now I'm trying to read One Piece and I'm on Thriller Bark. And I'm like, oh my god, there's so much to read. But at the same time, Thriller Bark is super interesting and I'm liking it a lot. So one last thing I want to talk about Burn the Witch is the ending. We had an ending song, which was very cute. I liked it. And just like everything Kubo, he can be very stylish. It wasn't Kubo who drew this, obviously, but his character design can be very stylish. I'm saying can be because that Nun from the big group is a disgrace. Like, her style is really off. But he can do great characters when he wants to, like designs when he wants to, and just look at those dragons that they fly in when they go through the missions. So cool. I just love it. I just love it. Oh God. Oh, it's confirmed canon. Nice, Aster. That's great. That's great. That's nice. That's nice. I don't remember. Like, it's been such a long time since I read Bleach, and that's a very interesting thing. Like a new and different branch of Soul Society. That's awesome. That's awesome. Katie Bear, hello. How are you? I tried reading the manga, but I gave up because it was confusing and just full of text. I don't know if you're talking about Bird the Witch or One Piece, because One Piece is full of texts. Like, it's really heavy on texts, and I am liking it actually. Like, compared to Bleach, it's very different. They're very different types of manga. But I might get now, after talking about Burn the Witch, I might get reading the manga since it's still short. I don't know. Let's see. Anyways, guys, that was all I wanted to share for today. I know this is a little shorter live stream. Thank you so much for being here with me. Tomorrow we're here again if you'd like to join. We're going to talk about Precure once more. We're talking about Healing Good, and things are starting to get interesting in Healing Good, it seems. I'm curious. Let's see how it goes. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of Friday and a great start of weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow if you're here. If you're not, have a great weekend. Bye bye.